Hello violinists, welcome to Pro Arm Strings. I'm Henriette and this is a new course, Mindfulness for Violin Players. And this series consists of violin lessons with a difference. And the aim of this whole course is to increase your flow and your ease of violin playing. And in the meantime, we're going to also be thinking about aspects that will improve your violin playing and that will improve your flexibility, and which gives us the opportunity just to think about violin playing in a slightly different way. So I've called it Mindfulness for Violinists, and this first lesson is all about trust. And what we're thinking about when we think about trust in violin playing is we're going to find some really good grounding on the floor. We're also going to practice some breathing exercises which will help your violin playing whatever level of player you're at. So if you're a complete beginner, this will help you get settled into your playing. If you are a restarter, this will help you find your balance again after maybe having had a break in your playing. If you are an advanced player and you play some very difficult pieces, hopefully having some trust in your violin playing is going to help those really fast passages or sections with really difficult fingerings, for instance. So this works at many different levels and I'm absolutely delighted to see you all here. I would like you to wear something comfortable, something in which you can move very easily. So let's get started and let's begin at ground level. And we're going to begin without our instrument. So I would like you to think about when you play, how you place your feet. And if you are currently wearing shoes, I would like you to take them off and play in your socks today, or even better, take your socks off as well. And just stand in your bare feet, feeling the floor underneath the soles of your feet. And I want you to explore with your feet, finding the four corners of your feet and really feel, if you can feel there is contact with your toes on the floor, and maybe the floor is quite cold where you are. Can you feel that coldness in your heels? And I just want you to explore going over that feeling of the floor whilst you're not even playing the violin. And this will give you very, very good grounding with whatever you do when you play the violin. So that's why we're starting our first lesson in this series with some floor feeling, and this will help you develop your technique through the grounding, through the soles of your feet. And then in the course of this lesson we'll work up our body, and hopefully we will develop, because we've got such a good grounding, we'll develop more flexibility, more flow, more fluency, more ease of playing. So I'm hoping I've given you a little bit of time to explore that feeling. Feel the four corners of your feet. Feel the softness of your carpet if you're on a carpet, or feel the warmth or the cold of the floor coming through the soles of your feet. And this will give you very, very good grounding. Now, because the violin is on the left hand side, I'm going to ask you to step forward a small step, like a half step with your left foot, and see if you can wriggle forwards and backwards. And I'm going to encourage you, when you play the violin this week, maybe later today or tomorrow, to feel that rolling of your feet forwards and backwards. We have already established our sense of groundedness through the floor, but now I want you to see if you can get some ease, some flexibility in those feet as well. Just rock forwards and backwards a few more times so that you really get the feel. So what I want you to try and avoid is this sideways sway. You just want to stay in line, make your spine nice and long. You might pretend to lift up, to stretch up your spine, lift up your head a little bit, stand that little bit taller and rock forwards and backwards on your feet. See what that feels like. Awesome. Take your time just to explore what that feels like. Maybe when you come back to this, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow or a different day, this might feel a bit different. Just depends on what kind of day you're having, isn't it? Some days you'll feel this is super comfortable, and at other days you might think, oh, actually this has changed a little bit now. So feel the sensations and see what this does for you today. Now this time I want you to breathe in as you rock forward and breathe out as you rock gently backwards. Breathe in when you rock forwards. Breathe out when you rock backwards. And now I'd like you to slow your movement down and really inhale as slowly as you can and exhale when you go back. Inhale when you go forwards and exhale when you get back. One more time. Inhale when you rock forwards and exhale when you go back. Lovely stuff. Let's get your violin and your bow. So let's now see how those two exercises that we've done, finding the floor, feeling the floor through the soles of your feet and breathing in and out slowly, how that affects your violin play. Let's get started with our square stance, as I'll call it, so feet next to one another, about hip width apart I'd say, and with that same feeling. See if you can find that sensation again that you had a moment ago, feeling the floor through the soles of your feet. Press equally into all four corners of your feet. See if you can find that trust, that grounding again that we spoke about earlier. There we are. And once you've found that, let's put your violin up on your shoulder. Nice and high, and you can hold it here. And now step forward with that left foot and gently start to rock forwards and backwards and adding your breath to it. So when you rock forwards, you take a deep inhale and then exhale as you rock gently backwards. Slow your movements down if you can, so you really start to feel the grounding in this very moment. What's happening? Maybe you can feel that something is happening the way your violin is pushing down on your collarbone when you do that. And just see if you can find whether something has changed compared with how you normally play. Obviously we're internalizing all our thoughts now, and maybe you've never actually taken the time to think about this, and this is what this course is all about, is taking the time to find those sensations and to feel what happens and to feel if something is different today compared with another day. Let's practice that a few more times. So inhale when you gently, very slowly rock forwards, and I want you to inhale super slowly and as deep as you can. And then as you exhale, bring your balance back to share the weight among both feet. And let's do that again. Deep inhale. And gently rock back. And I'd be interested to hear from you. Maybe you can write about it in the description below this video, whether you feel something is happening there. Now let's go a little bit further now. Let's place the bow at the point on the D string. And what I'd like you to do next is to make your spine even longer. So you want to have that upward flow in your body. See if you can make yourself taller. Perhaps you want to imagine pulling yourself up by a strand of hair, stretching your spine and making it a little bit longer. So we're at the point of the bow, and as we inhale, we're going to slowly play an up bow on the D string while we rock forward. And then gently exhale for as long as you can and play a very slow down bow. let's do that again. Inhale as you go up bow. And exhale and gently rock back and play a down bow. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock backwards. Awesome. Now we're going to go one step further, building that trust that your feet will feel the floor still when you play. And this time, as you rock forwards, I want you to come up taller. So pretend you've got a little string here on your chest and you're pulling yourself forward like this way. And as you then rock backwards and exhale, see if you can feel this bow arm falling down into the string. So let's see what sensations that might cause. So we're still feeling the floor. We're rocking gently forwards while we inhale and play an up bow on the D string. That was very, very good. And you may have noticed that as you were rocking forward, you could feel the floor through your feet and you would make yourself taller. And as you would go back, you can feel the weight of your shoulders pulling your bow down into the string much better, because you have now been grounding from your feet up from your body. And that's a very different approach than how we usually do it, and our mind is all focused here when we bow, you see. So let's practice that one more time. So my left foot is just a half step forward, so my feet are still hip width apart, but my left foot is just supporting that violin that's on the left hand side of my body, and I'm gently rocking forwards and backwards, feeling the floor through the soles of my feet. Now as I'm playing up bow and I'm starting up bow, I'm inhaling and bringing my chest up. And now for a long exhale, dropping your shoulders down and rocking backwards. One more time. That is really, really nice playing. Well done. Now, I'm hoping that this creates a different vibe, a different feeling, a different experience in your violin playing. And this way we're going to build up our violin technique with a slightly different emphasis every time. So by all means, wind this video back and play this again if you want to, and eventually when this whole series will be published, if you find this exercise useful and you want to do a bit more of it, all the videos will be linked together, so you can just do maybe one or maybe two or maybe three or more exercises in one practice if you like. So this is very much up to you how you want to use this series, but for now, thank you for putting your trust in me today. Trust your floor and trust your breath, and your violin playing is going to go to great heights. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.